Chapter 98. Too clever to calculate. Long Wanqing, when the two servants jumped into the dead chess game. But it was the time when Meng Tai struck Li Haran again and again. Li Haran got up from the ground again and again. A grimace appeared on his face. What are you waiting for, everyone? If you don't resist now, you'll all be drained later. Divine Mechanism Battalion Disciples, give it to me. Li Haran stood up and roared, roar. Immediately, a large number of cultivators pounced on Meng Tai. After all, anyone could see that Meng Tai wanted to drain everyone dry. HMPH, pawns are always just pawns. Meng Tai let out a cold snort. With a wave of his probing hand, boom. Nearly 10,000 cultivators, who pounced close to the front, instantly flew backwards between Meng Tai's wave of his hand. It wasn't that Meng Tai wielded much power. It was that Meng Tai held the golden chess pieces. And through the golden chess pieces, he moved them out of the way, as if they were puppets on strings. All of them were puppets, while the strings were in Meng Tai's hands. Nearly 10,000 cultivators flew out backwards, unable to control themselves. After all, they were just pawns. Meng Tai was the one playing the game. Meng Tai brushed aside the countless cultivators and once again struck towards Li Haran with a palm. Go! Meng Tai once again swung out a palm. Rumble! Tens of thousands of palm dangles crashed into Li Haran's body. Li Haran was once again sent flying. And right at this moment, the Divine Mechanism Battalion Disciples, all of them shot with long arrows, charging straight at Meng Tai. Shoo! Instead, he revealed a cold smile. Suffered. The face of Master Liu Nian in the crowd changed. Sure enough, the arrow rain was still 5 feet away from Meng Tai. Boom! At that instant, they all exploded into pieces. What? Countless cultivators stared with wide eyes. However, they saw that around Meng Tai, there was a transparent cover that was 10 feet in diameter, and the arrow rain all crashed into it and was blocked. What is that? It's not an astral shield. Thousands of arrow feathers crashed into it, and there was no ripple at all. Someone exclaimed, "Ha ha ha ha, of course it's useless. This is a chess player protective boundary. With your group of chess pieces, can you also hurt me?" Meng Tai revealed a cold smile and said, "Chess player's protective boundary." The faces of the crowd changed. HMPH, you guys think it's easy to get the golden chess pieces? The old man chess watcher left 3 keys. Only these 3 keys can enter into this boundary. How many days have I, Wei Yong, and Fu Blood fought here before we came in through the 3 keys and got the golden chess piece? You guys also want to get it without any effort? Meng Tai sneered. No, it's impossible. Then aren't you invincible? Countless cultivators were horrified in disbelief. Tens of thousands of cultivators frantically pounced over, and in the midst of a cold smile, Meng Tai waved his hand, and all of them once again threw themselves away. Meng Tai revealed a cold smile and said, "I'm a chess player. I'm supposed to be invincible. To be a chess player, you have to have the awareness of being a chess player." 9 stars in a row. A loud cry rang out abruptly. But it was Master Lunar New Year's Buddha beads that steeply transformed into 9 stars, crashing towards where Meng Tai was. Meng Tai's face sank as he probed his hand. Boom! The Lunar New Year Master was instantly thrown away, and at the same time, the energy of the Lunar New Year Master was forcefully extracted. In the distance, Master Quicksilver let out a loud scream in pain. However, the 9 stars were arriving close by. Boom, boom, boom. The 9 stars crashed into the protective boundary, which merely trembled slightly, but did not break open. Golden arrow. Li Haran's golden arrow suddenly shot. The powerful force was as strong as a bamboo, crashing into the protective boundary. Boom. Under the huge explosion, the boundary still trembled slightly and could not be broken at all. Continue. Grandmaster Lunar New Year roared as he manipulated the Buddha beads to crash him from afar. The 18 Buddha beads transformed into 9-star streaks, rushed straight towards the boundary. Golden arrows, together. Countless cultivators rushed forward and back towards Meng Tai. Think I don't dare to kill you guys. HMPH. Meng Tai let out a cold snort and waved his probing hand, and anyone who rushed forward was quickly extracted of their energy. Even though it was painful, but the crowd of cultivators still went forward. Either they rushed or they died. Rumble. Chaos in all directions. The foremost batch had already reached the outside of the protective boundary, but no matter how hard they hit the protective boundary, they simply couldn't break it. Meng Tai waved his hand over and over again, and those who had reached the near front were all thrown out by all of them and fell on the distant ground. Many of them were half dead. Raw, 9 stars in a row. Golden arrows. Countless cultivators rushed in. Meng Tai's face was grim, but at this moment, no one could break the boundary, slowly letting go of his heart. Pawns are pawns, your fate. Only I will decide. Anyone who rushes up will be the first to have all their energy extracted, Meng Tai said in a cold voice. The foremost group of people quickly dried up amongst the pained yells. Ha 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 ha. Meng Tai was in the midst of laughing triumphantly. At this moment, Meng Tai was a god. No one could stop him. No one could do anything about it. Everyone's sad fate seemed like it was already predetermined. But at this moment, behind Meng Tai, Shu, suddenly, there were 5 figures that strangely rushed into the protective boundary. Just like that, they suddenly went in. The moment they went in, the cultivators in the outside world, in the midst of drying out, suddenly stared wide-eyed, and then revealed a look of ecstasy. More and more desperately, they hit the boundary. Meng Tai seemed to sense that something was wrong with the people in the outside world. However, in that instant, the reaction was too late, and above his back, 2 palm daggers came bursting out steeply. What? Boom! Meng Tai screamed in shock. His back was immediately hit hard, and a mouthful of blood steeply gushed out, although he braced his shield with all his might. But, at that instant, a sharp sword blasted into Meng Tai's wrist. There, boom! The wrist was pierced through, and the 2 golden chess pieces in his palm were immediately thrown out. Outside, countless cultivators watched that scene with wide eyes. However, they saw Long Wanqing suddenly step forward and hold the 2 chess pieces. Boom! Meng Tai stumbled and fell out. No, my golden chess pieces. Mine! Meng Tai roared in horror and tried to pounce. Long Wanqing, however, made 2 jumps and suddenly jumped to the distance, a person grasping the chess pieces and standing on top of a large rock. Meng Tai lunged in terror and crashed into the protective boundary with a loud bang. Boom! Meng Tai was blocked from the protective boundary. The chess player, changing places. Wow! Countless cultivators cheered at once. The great devil, Meng Tai, had finally been brought down to the altar. Wei Yang's sword thrust made himself lose the golden chess piece. Meng Tai, you're finished? Li Wei revealed a sardonic smile. Keys, Li Wei, I should have killed you long ago. I should have killed you long ago. Meng Tai roared angrily and rushed towards Li Wei. Protect Li Wei, someone shouted. Catch Li Wei. There was chaos all around. Long Wanqing had just grasped the golden pieces and was not too familiar with them for a while, but she tried anyway. Boom! Everyone in the surrounding area suddenly burst apart in a controlled manner. Ha 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 ha. Meng Tai, you're out. Ha 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 ha. Wei Yong laughed out loud. Old thing, it's all you. Meng Tai dropped Li Wei and immediately rushed towards Wei Yong, who was near. Go! Long Wanqing uttered a loud shout and struck out with a palm, steeply, as if she was mobilizing everyone's power to strike at Meng Tai. Tens of thousands of palm dangles suddenly appeared. Boom, 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 boom. Meng Tai threw himself away with a miserable scream. In midair, A mouthful of blood spurted out and fell onto a distant patch of ground, his entire body covered in blood, suddenly unable to move in general. No, it shouldn't be like this, Long Wanqing. You, cough cough. How did you appear there? How did you appear at Li Wei's place? I placed Li Wei and the old thing in that dead corner. That dead corner, oh. Everyone can't get close to them. Everyone can't get close. How did you do it? Meng Tai collapsed on the ground with a look of resignation. Just because the people here can't get close, doesn't mean the people outside can't get close either, Long Wanqing said in a cold voice. The outside world. You came from the outside world. How do you know which piece is Li Wei? How do you know how to accurately get to Li Wei? I don't believe it. I can't even do it that accurately. It's even more impossible for you to do it. Cough cough cough, Meng Tai said weakly with a disbelieving face. It was Gu Hai who helped me. Long Wanqing grabbed the two pieces and said in a deep voice. Gu Hai. It's Gu Hai again. How many good things are you going to ruin for me? Gu Hai. Meng Tai roared with a scowl on his face, and as he roared, a wave of bitterness appeared on Meng Tai's face. Meng Tai, as I said, you have nothing. What else do you have? The mechanism is too clever. But what? All people are disgusted with you. Even to your love to the death of you have abandoned you, and you cannot get anything. 2 hands empty, full of loss. Lost everything. Nothing. Ha 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 ha, cough cough. Ha 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 ha, Wei Yong while coughing. A change of mocking laughter in the middle. Old thing, aren't you also nothing? Meng Tai revealed a miserable smile and said, No winner. Oh, no winner. Li Wei laughed miserably. Everyone looked at this group of people. Long Wanqing also looked at Meng Tai in the distance with cold eyes, without a bit of sympathy. This kind of person. It's better to die. Camp Master Li. Long Wanqing's face changed. Hall Master Long, Camp Master, has been emptied of his essence and blood energy. He's going to die soon. Quick help Camp Master Li. A divine mechanism battalion disciple anxiously said. How can I help? How can I help? Long Wanqing anxiously said. Replenish the essence blood energy. Let the Camp Master enter your boundary. Lend him the golden chess piece. We are willing to offer a portion of our essence blood to the Camp Master. Please, only you can save the Camp Master right now. Quick, the Camp Master is dying. That divine mechanism battalion disciple anxiously shouted. Borrowing golden chess pieces to him and letting him extract your essence blood energy. Long Wanqing's face changed. Only a part of it will be extracted. As long as the Camp Master gets his breath back, that's all. We volunteered. Quick, just borrow a golden chess piece to the Camp Master. The Camp Master is dying. That divine mechanism battalion disciple urged. Long Wanqing frowned slightly, suddenly remembering Gu Hai's last explanation, telling himself not to trust Li Haoran. He himself had promised Gu Hai, but, Long Wanqing was in a dilemma. Hall Master Long, please save the Camp Master. The Camp Master saved your life back then, risking offending your cousin and saving you are. Now that the Camp Master is going to die, can't you save him? He has saved your life. That divine mechanism battalion disciple anxiously said. Long Wanqing was in a heavenly battle for a while, and after a moment of silence, she finally nodded her head. All right, I'll lend him a golden chess piece. With a wave of her hand, a crack appeared in the protected boundary as if it were a rift. The moment that crack appeared, Li Haoran, who was still dying just a moment ago, suddenly shot into the crack instantly as if it was a sharp arrow. What? Long Wanqing's face changed. At the same time, in the distance, Master Lionian, who had crawled out from the ruins with his injuries, had just climbed to his feet and steeply saw this scene. Don't, Master Liu Nian shrieked.